Hello, and if you're watching this, it's likely that foreclosure is looming over your head and you're looking for some real solutions. You might have heard about Chapter 13 bankruptcy and wondered, can it really stop the foreclosure and help me keep my home? Well, let's talk about that without all the legal jargon or pressure, just real honest talk about what it means, what it costs, and how it might affect your family. Now, of course, before we get into it, I have to make this disclaimer. I am not an attorney. Bankruptcy is a legal process, and an attorney is your source of legal advice. This video is not legal advice. Please speak to the qualified bankruptcy attorney about your specific situation. Now, for guidance on foreclosure options and support, visit our website at www.foreclosuresolutionsnc.com. End of disclaimer. So Chapter 13 bankruptcy, it's a legal tool that helps you reorganize your debt. Now, if you're behind on your mortgage payments, Chapter 13 can pause the foreclosure process, sometimes within 24 hours, and give you time to catch up. Now this happens through something called an automatic stay. It's like hitting the pause button on foreclosure, giving you a chance to breathe and create a repayment plan which will occur over the next 3 to 5 years. Like almost anything in any kind of decision, there's pros and cons. So let's talk about them here regarding that Chapter 13 bankruptcy. Now here's what makes Chapter 13 a real lifeline for some folks. First, it stops the foreclosure immediately. That alone can be a huge relief. Second, it lets you stay in the home as long as your income supports the repayment plan. Third, you can consolidate other debts like credit cards and car loans into one monthly payment. And best of all, you don't need to come up with that huge lump sum payment of the amount of your arrears. Those missed payments can be spread out over time. So that sounds good, right? But let's be real, there's always a flip side. Now, Chapter 13 isn't free, and the costs can sneak up on you if you're not prepared. Here's what you should expect. Attorney's fees, usually $3,000 to $5,000. And some of that could be rolled up in your monthly payment, which adds to your monthly expenses. There's court fees, around probably $320 some. Also, that's separate from the attorney fees. There are trustee fees. The court assigns someone to manage your case. They take 5 to 10% of every payment, which adds to your monthly expenses. There's required courses you're going to be required to take on credit counseling and financial management. Typically they run $25 to $100 each. Plus your monthly payments will likely go up because you're not just paying your current mortgage, you're also paying the past due amounts, fees, and other debts. Now some debts, you might be able to reduce through Chapter 13, credit card debt, medical bills, personal loans, and even some car loans can be reduced. Late mortgage payments, they get spread over time. Student loans usually don't get discharged. The thing to really understand is your current mortgage payment still has to be paid in full each month. Child support, alimony, recent taxes, court fines, those don't go away. Student loans, they don't get discharged. That means your repayment plan is working within a very tight box and your flexibility is very limited. Too often, homeowners jump on the bankruptcy bandwagon just because of the promise of stopping the foreclosure and not considering how it's going to impact their lifestyle for the next 5 years. It's going to feel like you're walking a tightrope. Now, if you just continue living the same lifestyle, you'll quickly be right back on the auction steps, losing your home, and also being in bankruptcy, the double whammy. Once you're in Chapter 13, your budget isn't really yours anymore. The court tells you what you're allowed to spend on groceries, clothes, and even gas. And while that might keep things on track, it also leaves very little room for life's surprises. You know what? A flat tire, a dental bill. If you miss a payment, the court can dismiss your case, and the foreclosure could start right back up again. So, is it worth it? You know what? That depends. You know, if you have a steady income and just need time to catch up, Chapter 13 can absolutely help. But it's not a magic fix. It's a commitment, one that lasts years and requires serious discipline. Think of it like this. If you are drowning, Chapter 13 is like someone throwing you a rope. But you know what? You've still got to climb out yourself. And that's not easy, especially with a family depending on you. So I want you to think about something important. You know, when you're facing foreclosure, it's really easy to believe that your home is the family's stability, that losing it means losing everything. But the truth is, a home is just a building. Your family, your peace of mind, your emotional health, that's the real foundation. So ask yourself, what do my kids need more? A house we're barely holding on to, or a calm, secure home where love and laughter are still part of the daily life? Because that's what you'll remember, not the zip code. So there's two paths, Chapter 13 or a housing adjustment. Let's look 3 to 5 years down the road. If you choose Chapter 13, you might still live paycheck to paycheck. You'll be under court supervision. You'll be vulnerable to setbacks if anything goes wrong. But if you make a housing adjustment, you might downsize or maybe rent something manageable. You'll free up money for birthdays, groceries, school, or even a little fun. You'll probably recover faster, emotionally and financially. And here's the truth. Your kids won't remember the square footage. They'll remember how they felt in that season of life. Now, I know it's a very, very tough and heavy decision. Chapter 13 can help, but it's not the only way, and it's not always the best way. Take time, talk to people who've been there, and most importantly, think about what truly matters for you and your family in the long run. Whether you choose to fight to keep your home or decide on a fresh start. You're not a failure. You are a parent providing and a human being trying to do what is best. So please remember, we are here to help you. If you want to discuss further, need to understand all the choices that will also stop the foreclosure, or you decide you need to sell your home for the good of your family, then be sure to reach out to Foreclosure Solutions NC on our website by clicking the Contact Us button. The website is www.foreclosuresolutionsnc.com. We're here to help. Thank you for your time.